Hello everyone, it's pyGuru this side, and today in this tutorial we are going to learn how can we create a checker using Python. Now here I have a website called wtxl.com, and we have the signing page on this site called with this URL. We have few test credentials and I want to test which of these are working and using Python. Okay, so what I'll be doing is we'll not be using silverbullet here, but we'll be using Python directly and we'll be doing some code. Don't worry if you don't know any Python code. I will try to tell you methods how can you create checkers without learning too much code. Okay. Still, the best recommendation is to learn basics of Python. Basics include how to install Python, how to write variables and all these stuffs, and basic addition, subtraction, these things, loops, if conditions, cell conditions, all these things. Okay, JSON, what is JSON, everything like that. Then finally, you need to learn how to install packages and how to use them. Okay, and you don't have to learn too much packages. A very basic one like request, beautiful soup, and I guess HTTPX. These three are enough to make any kind of checkers. Okay, so you don't need to learn all packages. So we'll be using one or two today here. So let's get started without wasting any time. So first, just go to YouTube and search how to install Python and just install it. Okay. Once you install Python, here I have a folder like wtxl. But before that, moving inside this folder, what I'll do, I'll just go here, remove it, and type cmd here. It will open command prompt for me. And if Python install, just type Python -m and hit enter. Now it will create a virtual environment. Basically, a virtual environment is a folder like this. Whatever packages you will be installed inside this directory. Okay. So basically there is concept of global and local. So whatever packages will be installed, it will be installed locally inside this folder only. Okay. So inside the checkers folder. However, if you do not create this virtual environment, if you have already installed some packages outside this checkers folder, they will be changed. Their version will be changed. Okay, so that's why I don't want to change my global versions of my Python packages. That's why I'm using a virtual environment. Okay, once you are done, you need to install few packages. Two of them are pip install requests. Okay, remember the HTTP request which we used to made in silverbullet. This is for that, and then another is beautiful soup. Oh, okay. Remember the parse thing? We were parsing data or extracting values from the source code. This is for that. Okay, hit enter and it will install it for you. So let it get installed. In my case, it's saying it's already requirement already satisfied. In your case, it will just install. Okay, then I'll just move to inside wtxl folder. So I can do that by typing cd wtxl. Okay, remember this will be wtxl folder. Then only you will be able to move. Okay, now we are inside it. I'll be using code editor called VS Code. You can install VS Code or you can use any code editor. So just type code and dot, and it will open a VS Code for us. VS Code looks something like this. Okay, here what we are going to do, we are going to create a file called main.py. So let's create main.py. Now we are good to go. The first thing we have to do is we have to import the package. Now I have to push to another tab maybe, then come back. If I go, then it will here just type import request first. We need to import this library in order to make request. Now let's go back to our website. See here, this is our first website. Okay, so what we are going to do is we are going to sign in page first. So if you click here and click here sign in page, a request will be made. So this is a request and which we have to make in Python. So just click here. Remember, right click, copy as curl, and just go to http curl converter.com and paste it here. E.tokens is not iterable. I guess something some error here. Let's try once again. Was there any some issue? I guess copy as curl base, and if I just remove it, error parsing curl command type error e dot tokens is not retrievable. If I do it like this, then there should be something. Okay, so now it's working. What I need to do is I'll simply copy this. Oops. Copy to clipboard. And basically now I'll suppose that you don't know any kind of Python. So what we'll be doing? We'll be doing using any AI tool. Okay, you can use ChatGPT, Gemini, or DeepSeek, or any other that you want, like Anthropic or any other. Doesn't matter. I'm using DeepSeek here. I'll just go here and I'll say convert this HTTP code to Python request session. Okay, that's it. And after that, you have to paste what you have copied. Hit enter and wait for some time and it will convert. You don't have to do anything. So let it complete its part. So as you can see here, this has converted into a request session. Okay, all that you have to do is you have to copy this and you have to come inside VS Code and you have to create a function here, def, let's say authenticate, or you can simply say user login, test user login. Now def is used to create a function. This is function name. You can call it anything. It's up to you. And after that, type to parenthesis, then this colon, hit enter and paste the code. That's it. Okay. Now in Python, everything should be indented. Okay. You don't need this line because we have already written it in line number 1. And then what we have to do, we have to just copy all of this and just hit control. Then basically you have to indent it one tab. Okay. So if I can show you like this, basically just indent all of this like this. Don't make them the line start from here, just below D. Okay, indent. Use 4 spaces or 2 spaces, doesn't matter, but indent like this. Okay, otherwise you will get errors. Then I'll remove few lines from here like this. Type Control L. If you are in VS Code, so press Control L and press backspace. It will remove this line. Again, remove this line. We don't need the access token size of now, so we'll remove them. Actually, if you want, you can remove all of this, doesn't matter. Then with request.session, session.header.update, basically we are going to create a session object and this session will continue till the end of our tutorial. Okay, So inside session, we have included our headers like we do in our silverbullet. Then we have included some cookies. If you don't want this, you can just make it empty. Let's make it empty for now. Okay. And then we are going to make us response session.get, and remember the get method how we used to do, and then we are going to make a request to this URL. So everything looks good. Now in order to test this, just go like below this dev test user login. Okay, and just type print, or you can directly call your function name. So my function name is test user login, and give this parenthesis. Okay, then open your terminal. Make sure you are inside wtxl folder. Okay, and then type Python and your file name. My file name is main.py. So I'll type main.py, and then I'll hit enter. If I get 200, it means everything is working. So see, if we are getting 200, it means everything is working. We can move ahead. So next thing we have to do is just go to Chrome and sign in page here. Let's go to the bottom so that we can just see which request is being made. Here we will type user email. So any random email you can type, test.com, and then test123, anything, doesn't matter. And you see an authenticate function request is being made. So you can see the email or password you entered is incorrect. We are getting something like this. So we have to check with the one which has a payload. So see, there are two authenticate requests, but we have to select the one which has a payload. So in payload, you will be getting email password like this. Again, just right click, copy as curl, yes, go to curl converter and remove everything from here, and then paste again. Try Python and here select request. So yes, we are getting now. We have the headers, we have JSON data, and we have the response object like this. So here you send the JSON data will not be serialized by the request exactly as it was in the original request. So whenever you also see something like this, JSON data will not be serialized, you have to do one thing, and I'll tell you what. So you can ignore headers because we have already given the headers at the top. Okay, we have already given the headers, and next what we have to do is we have to copy these two lines. Okay, these two things copy and paste here just below these two lines, and make sure again that all of this is indented. So select till here and indent like this. So email is this test.com and password is this. Here we are getting a yellow color line because we don't have to use request here. What we have to do is we have to use session here. Okay, we have created a session. Otherwise, request works like this: request.get, request.post, request.put. But here, since we have created a session, why session? Because all of these working inside a session. If you just do it one by one, you will get error like headers are not defined or cookie not defined. But in session, everything is stored. Like headers will be stored, cookies will be stored automatically, new cookies will be automatically updated, everything like that. So that's why we are using a session. So what we have to do, instead of request, just make it session. Okay, so session.post, and then this URL, this headers. We don't need the headers because we have already updated the headers, and we have to pass the JSON data. Now here we are getting an issue, or there was mentioned something: JSON data will not be serialized by request. If you see anything like that, what you need to do is just come here at the top and type import JSON, and here come again, and here just type just before the curly braces, type JSON.dumps and here like this. Okay, so JSON.dumps like this. So we are good to go. Now let's see if we are getting any output here or not. In authenticate preview, so we are getting an error and response. So let's see. First of all, you can just print response.status code. like this to see if you are getting 200 or not. And if you get it, see what kind of response you are getting. If you're getting a JSON response, like here, if you get value inside curly braces, that means this is a JSON response. So what you need to do, you have to type print here, print response.json. And if you get text like HTML code, you need to type respond.text. That's it. So let's try to run it once again. And we got first 200 and we got 500. Here error is true, response str object has no attribute of. So I guess we have some issue here. Let's try removing this and let's check once again. 200 404. Yes. So actually, I think this was a mistake from HTTP converter. JSON data will not be serialized by request. Okay, so what we need to do, we need to remove JSON dot what was that? JSON dot, I guess I forgot. Anyways, you just need to remove that thing. Okay, JSON dot dumps. Sorry. So you need to remove JSON dot dumps, and now it's working. We are getting an error 404. It means the user was not found. Working perfect. Now see, we are passing email and password directly here. So instead of that, what we can do is we can just tell here that it needs two things: email, comma, pass. You can type pass or password as well. Don't use pass. Pass is a keyword in Python. Okay. So once you get it, you can just replace this one from user and this one from password. I guess it's getting wide because of email. We have used the email variable at the top of the function definition. Okay, so here email and password, and then you can use email and password inside this as well. Now here, whenever you call this function, you need to pass two things: an email and password. So let's just pass an email. So test@test.com, comma test123, and let's try to run it once again. 200 404, error is true, and error occurred when calling the initiate auth operation. User does not exist. Okay, so again, you need to add a key check. If you want to add a key check, you can simply do like this: if response.json get error is equal to true. Okay, I'm typing is equal to true, but you can just simply remove this and it will still work. Okay, so in that case, we can say logging unsuccessful actually. Okay, and you can just remove return, and else print login successful. And if you want to return from the function, you can return, otherwise you can continue. Okay, so we have to continue, so I'll not put a return here. So let's try, and this time what I'll do is I'll try another one. So I'll try this email ID and password. Oops, sorry. Let's copy the email and paste it here, and this one, and copy it here, or paste it here. Let's try once again. 200 404, an error occurred. Let's try with another one. First, let's check what happens when we put this one on the site. So if I just remove this and replace it with this, and replace with this, and if I just go to fetch etc., because there are multiple requests that will be made, so I'll just want to filter them. So I can just, if you want, you can clear it, and let's click on continue. So authenticate, and there's another users one. Okay, so after authentication and users request will be made. So let's just wait till it gets completed, and it's a login, successful login. So here you can see the first request with this email address and password. After that, a new request was made, the users. Okay, so let's try the same. We will put this email, and then we will put the password. Yeah. And we'll try. And let's do one thing. So we printing? Yeah, we are printing response.json. So we can just try run python main.py, and let's see what happens. 200 and login successful. And as you can see, we are getting some data here. Error, false, response, challenge data, authentication result is this, and access token is this. Okay, so this is a JSON data basically. So what you need to do, you need to copy this, copy like this, and create a new file just below main.py, create a new file, and just write it like anything, test.json maybe, and paste it here. Okay, and then try to format it. Oops, not working. So what you can do, you can just copy all of this, and here just go to your browser and type JSON formatter. You can type anything, open any website like, and then paste it. Oops, again, convert JSON, validate. Actually, there should be two, like these two things, but since we have single one, that why I are getting an issue like this. But what we need to do is we need to get this access token. Okay, remember the parse thing. So we need to get that. So what we can do is now one thing. Wait a second. We can just do it directly. So here, just type with open response.json. I'm using AI inside VS Code. That's why it's automatically completing all of this. Okay, so see, it's automatically completing all of this. We can remove comment this line for now. And for comment, just put a hashtag before the starting of the line. Okay, so everything like this. And what we can just run it once again. 200 login successful, and you will get a file like this, response.json. Okay, so see here we are getting value, okay, with error, false, response, like this, and challenge parameter is an empty dictionary. Authentication result is in again dictionary with two values, access token and refresh token. Now in the next request, users, you will see something like maybe authorization token. So there's the auth token, like this. Okay, so first of all, we need to parse auth token. Auth token is this, access token is the auth token. So let's see how can we do it. We don't need you, so just you can just don't save, and main.py, you can come here. Okay, so what we need to do is first store it in a data variable. You can store it in any variable. Again, if you have stored it in data variable, you can remove this thing and just type data here. Okay, now we need to remove, get the auth token from this JSON. Okay, so this JSON file. So you can get it like this. Type data dot get or data dot get dot response. Just type data dot get. Okay, see, this is a dictionary. Okay, this is a dictionary, and from this dictionary we want this key. So we want a key called response, and if this key is not available, I want to return an empty dictionary. Okay, otherwise default value is none. and you will get error. Okay, so I want the empty dictionary, and also its value is again a dictionary. So we can again call the .get function, and from C, now once we have got the response queue, we are inside this now, and from this I want the value of this variable. Okay, so I will type this, and if it is not available in any case, then again I want an empty dictionary. Again I will call .get, and I want to get the value of this variable access token. Okay, so I will simply type this variable name, and if it is not available, we can return anything like empty string or none or any value. Okay, and after that, if you want, you can just print auth token. It's up to you. After that, we are just going to make the final request. This one, copy this. Let's see what its value is. Its value is not visible here, but anyways, let's try to copy it. Copy and copy as Perl, and come here and paste it here. Okay, so currently Python is selected, Python request. Okay, so what we need to do is we need to update our headers. So what we can do is, first of all, let's just copy this. We can just copy the entire thing actually. Copy entire thing. Paste it here. Okay, just make sure again that everything is indented like we have been making sure. Okay, so from here till here is indented like this, and here we have to replace with authorization value with our auth token. Okay, so let's just remove this and instead type auth token. Finally, one more thing that we have to remove is request. Instead of request, this will be a session.get. That's it. Okay, so if everything is working, then what we will do, we can print response.status code and response.json. So let's see if it works or not. 200. We have got it, and error false. Response sub. See, everything worked. Okay, so we have got this. This is final. Now, if you want, you can just extract the user ID, email verified true, email is this, last name is this, call letters is this, first letter is this, brand is this, weak password false, bookmarks, closing, all of this. Okay, so let's say if you want to extract user ID, your first name, last name, you can extract from this JSON like this, like we have did it here. Okay, so this is it for this, guys. This is how you can create a simple checker in Python. So again, if you want to like test multiple files, what you can do, you can just read a file and call this function with emails and password. You can just ask ChatGPT how to do it, and it will do it for you. I will try to add it in some other tutorial. So for now, this is it. Thank you. See you.